Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mike's, okay? Make sure. If you don't subscribe to Mike, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Boom, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him, make sure you do still. Best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribing if you are new. Thank you for the support. The support recently has been absolutely sensational. I can't lie. But yeah, today I don't usually make videos on like rumors that are not by a reputable source. I usually just chat about stuff that is half qualified to talk about, sort of thing, where it's reported by something with legs. But I have to diffuse this one. I have to, because let's just get into it. As you can see by the title, West Ham are interested in Ademola Lookman, according to whatever source this is. I've seen this source before, but I don't think they've got things right. What's it? Sasha Tovelli. Everything's possible. Think outside the box. That would explain a lot about your reporting, mate, because this is very outside the box. Man took thinking outside the box literally by putting one of the best left wingers in Europe linked to West Ham. Why on earth would Ademola Lookman come back to London or go to West Ham unless it was a reason to come back to London specifically, and the guy has no ambition? Because if I was any sort of player right now with any form of potential, not even just potential, but is established in their team already, is holding down a place and could move to a bigger club than the options I've already got, and to a better club than I'm already at right now, why on earth would I go to West Ham United, a team that just finished 15th? This would be more impressive. So when we got Paquetá with no Champions League football, Kudus with no Champions League football, and Payet with no Champions League football, this is way more impressive if we was to get this deal done. But I don't even think we're going to put in a bid. This is just said West Ham are interested. I don't even think this is true. I don't think this is true. What the fuck are these reporters on? Like, genuine crack cocaine is alarming right now, because how could you seriously look at West Ham and think, you know what, this would stir up some, like, people are going to believe this. West Ham interested in Ademola Lookman. People are probably laughing if more people saw this. Quite literally, nobody thinks that we're going to get this deal done. Nobody. Why would you? Why would you think you're going to get this deal done? Ademola Lookman. You see me with Ademola Lookman. I've rated him for time. I would love Ademola Lookman at West Ham, but that's why I think it's unrealistic, because I generally think he's a good player. And I wanted him when he was on loan from Leicester after he finished his loan with Fulham in the 21-22 season, because he was just depth for Harvey Barnes. Which is mad to think now, because now Harvey Barnes is depth for Anthony Gordon, and Lookman has won a Europa League, scored a hat-trick in that Europa League, played with former West Ham player Ademola, I was about to say Ademola Scamacca. That would not make sense. Gianluca Scamacca, both of them playing in a two up front against Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen, and Lookman scoring a hat-trick. The tables have not turned as of yet. West Ham aren't going to attract anyone of note. They're not. And I've been saying this for months. Why on earth would you go to West Ham United right now if you're going to go to a Premier League club? Let's talk about the Premier League clubs that are more attractive right now than West Ham United. Manchester City, of course. Liverpool, of course. Arsenal, of course. Chelsea, of course. Tottenham, of course, because they just won the Europa League. Whether West Ham fans aren't going to like that, but they are. Manchester United still. Brian Mbeumo wants to move to Manchester United. Man United will always be able to attract players, regardless of whether they finish below us or not. They've done nothing like us. Doesn't matter, still Man United. Newcastle. That's another team that is blatantly more attractive than West Ham United. Aston Villa. Blatantly more attractive than West Ham United. Right at this current moment in time, Nottingham Forest is more attractive than West Ham United because they're in Europe. Crystal Palace is more attractive than West Ham United because they're in Europe. Need I go on? Those are at minimum. Those are the teams that we definitely can't compete with. Now, If any other team could go for Ademola Lookman that wasn't those teams, then cool, we have a chance. We have a chance because no one else is in Europe. No one else has a project flying like that. You could argue Bournemouth and maybe Brighton, but that's it. There's no other team really that's like cool, they're bare attractive in the Premier League and stuff. The teams I just named right now at this current moment in time are more attractive. And even the most debatable one that I said was Nottingham Forest because Elanga's just left them for Newcastle. So you never know. But at the same time, you would trust Nottingham Forest's project way more than West Ham United's right now. So let's say Ademola Lookman had a choice of all the Premier League teams. Why the fuck is he going for us? If a guy has all the 10 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, and 8 out of 10s, why is he going for the fat one? Why the fuck is he going for the fat one? Why is he going one with titties that are drooping down to the floor? Why is he going for the one who's weighs 200 kg? Why would he do that? Unless you got some fetish for being a cuck for yourself, you are not going for the fat one. You're not going for the fat one. Why would you? There's 10 out of 10s right there. There's 9 out of 10s right there. There's 8 out of 10s right there. And you're going for the fat one. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Why would you do that? This is the thing with Lookman, yeah? Lookman's player development, like, over the past few years, I think if you believed in him, you saw this coming. I can't remember if he went. I'm pretty sure he went to Atalanta. No, he went to Leipzig. I think for a loan, and even that didn't work out. I don't think people understand. Like Lookman took a lot of setbacks to still carry on and still have the drive to know that he was going to have a really good career after this. But for me, he stuck with it. I don't think he did great on his loan at Leipzig, which actually kind of surprised me at the time. I don't think he played that much, from what I remember. But then he went to Atalanta. Atalanta still believed in him. Atalanta still knew that there was a player. Atalanta under Gasparini was always quite a good team. And the only reason why I noticed this at first is because they played against us in the pre-season Betway Cup game, like was it 3 or 4 years ago now? I think it might have been 4 years ago actually. It was actually my first game returning to the London Stadium since giving away my season ticket in 16-17. Um, and I remember them playing the type of football they were playing, and I'd just be like, wow, this is class. But at that time, Ademola Lookman was being signed for Leicester, and I was actually really gutted that we didn't get him then. So it would be a dream. It would be a dream. I don't think you can understand how gassed I would be for Lookman to be here, but I would also settle down a little bit and be like, this is West Ham United. A good player doing shit at West Ham United. We've seen this before. We've seen this before with literally Lookman's teammate in Skamaka because he was misused. Do I believe that Potter would use Lookman correctly? I actually do, to be honest. But as much as we need a player like him, as much as he would elevate us quite high up in the table, we would find a way to fuck his career up, or he would get a mad injury or some shit. No regard luck. And people are going to be like, you'd still be negative even though you could sign Ademola Lookman. Yes, I would, because signing Ademola Lookman doesn't stop us from the fact that we need a lot of midfielders, a lot of defenders, and a striker, and a goalkeeper. So it doesn't make a difference to me. And I'll be real, it doesn't make a difference until all the positions that I feel like we need to address needs to be addressed. I don't believe in none of these players that I've looked at for the past season and a half or season or two and be like, you should still be here. I don't believe in Edson Alvarez. I don't believe in Ward Prowse. I don't believe in Naya Faged. He's linked with Sunderland now for some reason, but there's also Santi JFM reporting that. So take that with a pinch of salt. Mavropanos is still here. Mavropanos is still here. Maxwell Cornet is come back from loan. As much as I wanted Maxwell Cornet to have a resurgence, that man is so like fucked in terms of injuries now. I feel so bad for the guy. I feel so bad for the guy. But listen, people, make sure to smash the like, subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me, and the email for the inquiries. And yeah, chat to you guys in a bit. Take care, peace.